This is Amy Chan from CakeDecoratingSchool.com, and if you like cake decorating, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll be making a large Dahlia cake design. It's broken down into steps so you can skip ahead, rewind, and rewatch as desired. We're going to make a couple of colors for our cake, and to get started, we're going to make some light green. We just want something that'll provide a bit of contrast for the background, and we're using American style buttercream, but you can use whatever kind you like, as long as you can pipe a flower with it. We're using the following liquid gel colors: neon bright pink, violet, sunset orange, royal blue, and finally, some lemon yellow. I've got a little yellow and blue out on my lid because I'm going to make a nice light kind of citrusy green. So I'm just going to go a couple of specks, more yellow than blue. And here we have our color. So we have a nice light, minty, almost seafoam kind of green. It's just leaning a little more towards yellow than blue, and I like where that is. Next up, we're going to make some peach, and this will be a lighter shade. I've got some orange and some of my neon bright pink out to do that with. And I'm just going to give myself quite a bit of orange, about half as much pink. And here we have our color. You can see it's got this nice kind of creamsicle, orange sherbet vibe. That's perfect. Our next color is going to be darker. And think of it as kind of like a deep peach shade. So I'm going to go with drops. And I'm going to use both my sunset orange and my neon bright pink. And here we have our color. I just added a bit more of that pink just to take it a little closer to that, make it a bit more of a deep peachy color rather than just a darker orange. For our inside color, we're going to make a little bit of an in-between shade. I'm going to start with the pink, and I want it to be a relatively bright color, so a couple of drops. And then I'm going to add just a few specks of my purple. And here we have our color. It's kind of an in-between, almost kind of lilac-like shade where it's in between pink and purple. And I just added another round of color just to make it a little more intense. For this project, we're going to use 4 bags. You can see we're only using one that's using the smaller tips with a coupler. My first bag has a number 127. So this is a large petal tip. And you can see I've done a stripe of white at the top. That's going to correspond with that skinnier end of the opening, and my lighter color peach at the bottom. My second bag is using a number 125. This is a slightly smaller but still oversized petal tip. You can see I've used my 2 peach colors, lighter on the top with the skinny end, and the darker color lining up with the bottom or fatter end. If you want to know more about bag striping, we've got a nice video covering this type of load for your bags, along with a few others. So check that out if you're unsure about how to load your bags. We have another bag with just the dark peach in it, and we're using a number 122. This is a curved petal tip. If you don't have this number, you could use one like your 123 or a smaller one like a 120. It just needs to be an oversized petal tip that also has that curved opening. And finally, our lilac color is in a bag with a coupler. We're going to be using this one with a number 16 and a number 6. We're going to review our techniques for our Dahlia. Just quickly, since we're doing a large version, we're going to do some cupped skinny petals, and we're going to use both the 125 and the 127 to do these. And when we're piping on our cake, we're going to set ourselves up so that the fat end of our tip is touching the surface, the skinny end is rocked up, and we're going to kind of be pointing away from ourselves with the back of the bag. So think between noon and 3 o'clock. So kind of split that difference like about 1:30, and you're going to pull away, rotate. Normally it would be the flower nail, but in this case it'll be the cake a little bit. So spin your turntable a little bit and then pull back. So kind of pull the back of the bag towards your right shoulder. And you can see that's going to give us a nice cupped petal, and it's really large, much larger than we've done before because we're using a bigger tip. We're going to do some curved spikes as well. So these are just like normal spikes that we'll make with our 16 and our 6 for our centers, except we're using a curved petal tip. And we're going to line it up so the bag's nearly at 90 degrees so that when we squeeze, we can get a nice buildup and we can pull up and kind of let that frosting do its thing. So for some of these, we'll pull a little out, some a little straight up, some a little curved towards the center. And the idea is to give us some nice little petals there in the middle with some darker color that are kind of curling over and enclosing our center. We're going to make our centers with our number 16, and I'll also probably use the number 6 as well. For these, we're just doing our regular spikes. So straight up and down, squeeze, let that frosting connect, and pull up while you're still squeezing to give yourselves some nice little spikes. We're going to get ready to pipe our flour in our cake, so we're going to cover it with that green that we made. So I'm just going to get a nice dollop on there and go over the top. You don't need a lot, just a nice thin coating. Enough to give it even coverage. Once you finish with the top, we're just going to take that excess and go over the sides. Once you get your coating on your sides, just use a couple of tools. I like using my bowl scraper and my bench scraper just to neaten things up, straighten them up really quickly, and make sure I have nice even coverage. Once you get your sides taken care of, just go ahead, use your spatula, open that blade so you can see the bottom just a touch, and just remove any excess gently. We've got our cake ready. You can chill yours for a few minutes if you need to, just to make sure the surface is firm and easy to work on. And I'm going to start with our bag with our largest tip. So my 127, it's the one that has the white and the lighter peach color. And I'm going to go kind of just imagine where the center of my cake is, track out just a little bit, and you can see I'm back here in the back because this is where it's going to be easiest to pipe my petals. I'm just going to pull out till I get to the edge, rotate, and pull back. And that's going to give me that nice large cupped petal. I'm just going to start the next one right next to it. Rotate and pull in. Just adjust your bag as you need to, and we're going to work all the way around. You can reload as needed as well, and if you get any green on the bottom of your tip, just give it a quick wipe. So we went all the way around with our bag with our lighter color combo, and you can see we've got just a tiny little gap there at the end. That's perfectly fine. Just leave it. We're going to cover a lot more petals on top of this, so we don't need to worry about any little gaps. For our second row of petals, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to switch it up to our 125 just so they're a little smaller. And we're going to go mostly on top of our first row, just a little inset. So start a little closer towards the center. And we're going to start in between two of them. So pick a space where you feel like it's a great spot to start. So maybe here where I have that little gap. And I'm just going to start pulling petals with that darker combination. So same motion. And keep going till you get back to the beginning. We're going to go in with the third row, same tip and color combo. Think about starting in between two of your petals, pulling out and then back. And you should be able to make quick work of going around since we're working in a smaller area now. I'm going to do a round of curved spikes now. So think about just starting right here at the base of your petals, following that line and then pulling up. And this will help to start to form our centers. And really help to define that middle. So if you got a little off, you can always kind of adjust things a tiny touch. I'm going to take a moment with my number 16 tip and just go in the middle and start pulling some little spikes. So I just want to kind of fill up that little area that I've got in there. Do one in the center and then go all the way around them. So think making short, kind of compact spikes just to fill that up and kind of help start to round that shape out. I've changed to my number 6 tip, and I'm just going to go around those little spikes I made with my star tip and put some longer, kind of wilder ones. Don't be afraid to make them go in different directions if you want, but it's just going to give our center a little more depth. To finish things off, I'm just going to go in with that curved petal tip, so my 122, and just anywhere I think I need an extra petal, just gently place one down. So anywhere you need to fill things out or add a little bit more detail, just carefully kind of slide a little petal in. And this will help give things a nice natural look where they're going in kind of all different directions, really kind of enclosing things. And they're very easy just to kind of slot in anywhere you need one. And just take a step back and look at your work and make sure you like how things are going. I'll just take my time, go in there, and make sure I've got a nice full center. That's all for this lesson on our oversized dahlia cake. We hope you liked this dahlia lesson, and if you did, you'll try checking out our original flower series video on making dahlias. And if you want a great foundation on the basics of making buttercream flowers, we hope you'll consider signing up for yearly membership, which includes our new flower certificate course. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It truly supports our channel and helps us share more in-depth cake decorating lessons. Want to level up your skills? Our yearly membership has certificate programs from beginner and up. Learn more at cakedecoratingschool.com.